one of the real consequences of desegregation is that people don't like to discuss is that desegregation didn't just open doors for black people. It also allowed black people to flee. Somebody type escape. It allowed black people to flee, escape from each other. And I'm using that word purpose, the flee, because black people were forced to stay together during segregation. Upper middle class black people, middle class black people, working class black people, all forced to stay around poor black people. We're all pushing the same racially segregated spaces because white society didn't allow full access anywhere else. So even if you had money and education and business and a different value system, a good job or professional title you had earned, you're still forced to live near and interact with people who had a different value system. You had to deal with the degenerates. Your daughter had to walk down the same street as them lowlifes sitting on the corner. You understand? They had to put on that facade. They had to pretend like they're tough. They had to lean their shoulders forward. They couldn't be as feminine because they had to walk and catch that bus or catch that train. Now, it created a shared black world. We had strong institutions, had black church, black schools, black business district, black newspapers, black civic clubs, black professional networks. But we were forced together. That's not freedom, is it? If at the point somebody gives you freedom and all that breaks up, that means y'all didn't want to be with each other in the first place, right? See, we were forced together because we couldn't separate ourselves. And some of that was dysfunction. We couldn't always use our money to move away, which should have allowed us to move. They couldn't pick their schools that they wanted. They couldn't always buy the house they could afford. They couldn't always fully escape the lowest behavior in the community because segregation trapped every black person behind the same wall. And once segregation began to fall, black people's money started taking them as far as their money could go. If they could afford a better neighborhood, they moved. If they could afford better school district, they moved. If they could afford private school, they used it. If they could afford a safer subdivision, a safer location, they bought into it. If they could afford a different lifestyle, they chose it. And once that happened, the old social controls start breaking down. And that's why you can't shame people the same way anymore. You might call somebody all these names online, but you'll never see them in real life. You'll never live near them. You'll never eat where they eat. You'll never vacation where they vacation. You don't send your kids to their same school. You don't belong to the same professional circles. You don't have the same access. You might be screaming on Facebook, but they're at a resort, at a conference, or a golf course, in a private lounge, at a business dinner, or on a flight to somewhere you are never going to go. And so your insult doesn't reach their real life. And I know that sounds very elitist, but it's true. Money separates people. Education separates people. Marriage separates people. Neighborhood separate people. School choice separates people. Professional licenses separate people. And once people move into different social classes, they stop caring about the approval of people who aren't living in that reality. And that's what we're dealing with. A black person who's built a stable life isn't going to destroy that life to prove loyalty to black people who haven't built anything. You hear me? A black parent who's raising children in a safe neighborhood isn't going to teach those children to embrace chaos just to satisfy people online. A black business owner isn't going to risk contracts and reputation and licensing and income to defend foolishness. And a black professional isn't going to throw away a career because somebody with no career called him a sellout. And another thing, people don't want to admit is that black people's social worlds are more mixed than they used to be. Look, man, are we going to deal with reality? Or are we going to keep playing? I'm just asking. I'm asking. Are we going to deal with reality? Somebody typed the Great Divide in the chat room. That's what these cases have done. Somebody typed Boule in the chat room. Somebody typed sellout, coon, Sambo. Let's get all these names in. That's what they're going to call you. But do you care? As you pull off in your Mercedes Benz and you look at your 401k, do you really care? Because again, it's more of us than there is of them now. So do we care what the poor black people have to say? Do the 80% of black people who reach, 83% of black people who have become upper middle class, or rich care what the 17% of broke black people think? Do you care? Do you care what poor black people have to say? I'm just asking questions. All the rich black people, if you've reached the middle class, upper middle class, or you rich, do you care what the poor 17% of black people have to say? Huh? I'm asking. Because, see, I think there's a misunderstanding here. I don't think they realize who understands who's really running things now. See, we got the loudest, lowest contingent of black people speaking the loudest to the world, and they don't represent us. We have done our best to escape them, and every time some degenerate behavior pops up, they want us to jump up and defend it. Do we care? Do you care that they call you Boule or a sellout? Do you care that they call you a Sambo? Do you care that any of that? I'm just pointing it out. Because they usually use it for shame. The true sellouts are the gangbangers and the drug dealers. That's the true sellouts as far as I'm concerned. It's not the plumber who doesn't want to come back to the hood and work for free. It's not the HVAC guy who doesn't want to get involved in what's going on with these court cases. It's not the lawyer who defended Rick Chow either. That man is just an expert in his profession. So you saying that all our professionals shouldn't serve people? If it doesn't please black people, is that what you're saying? So we have black medical doctors, and this is somebody who might have some racist belief. They shouldn't serve them. They should check on the internet to see if they've made any racist tweets. Is that what you're saying? Just ignore all the ethics and morals and professionalism. Just that's what y'all saying. I'm asking the question. And another thing, let's get back to it now. Are y'all still here? I'm gonna wrap this thing up. And then, another thing, we have to admit, black people's social worlds are more mixed than they used to be. Pew reported that the share of recently married black people with a spouse of a different race or ethnicity rose from 5% in 1980 to 18% in 2015. That's a major change. Even for black people who aren't married out, many of them have friends in work circles, in school circles, in business networks, in neighborhoods that include white people, Latino, Asians, immigrants, mixed race people, and people from all different backgrounds. So when somebody says you need to get down with the black community, a lot of people are asking, which black community are you talking about? The one I live in, the one I work in, or the one that's online? Somebody type black Twitter in the chat room. You want me to get down with the one that rejected me and told me I talk white? Or I was bougie or boule? That's who you want me to get with? I'm asking. Just asking. I'm asking questions. Because, see, you can't turn around and reject somebody and say, oh, you acting bougie or you too light-skinned, and then turn around and expect them to join in with you. That's not how it works. Either we all in or we all out.